Has anyone told you? Chocolate and hazelnuts really go well together. The overall texture will truly amaze you. This Sable cookie is a must-have in our gift box. The recipe is simple and delicious. The cookie part is of the crispy type. The chocolate flavor is rich. Plus the aroma of the baked hazelnuts. It really can't get any better than that. 100 grams of butter. Softened to a toothpaste consistency. In summer, the operating room temperature is around 28 degrees. It is recommended to soften it to a slightly firmer level. This way, it won't be prone to over-softening during handling. If the room temperature is above 28 degrees, it is advisable to turn on the air conditioning while making it. Otherwise, the cookies will not hold their shape, or they might get greasy. This is actually a problem with the butter softening. Only by getting the first step right can you ensure your success going forward. 60 grams of powdered sugar. 1 gram of sea salt. Mix well and prepare the egg liquid. You will need 28 grams of whole egg liquid. I suggest adding the egg liquid in 2 batches. Adding all the egg liquid at once isn't recommended. I think it's necessary to show the status. At first, the butter and eggs will appear runny. There's no need to panic, though. As long as the recipe is correct, just keep stirring. The mixture will become smooth. However, this stirring process will take longer than if you add in 2 batches. A few days ago, a fan commented that they are allergic to eggs. So, for the egg part here, you can replace it with an equal amount of heavy cream. Sift 132 grams of cake flour. Add 22 grams of cocoa powder. Cocoa powder tends to clump easily. Sifting it is the best option. Mix it roughly. It's okay if there's a little dry flour left. For the chocolate chunks, I'm using 30 grams of 65% dark chocolate. Cut it into small pieces. Recently, the price of chocolate has gone up significantly. Adding a little chocolate makes it definitely more delicious. It's a must to add when we sell. The texture must be just right. For home production, you can skip it if you want. It won't affect the success of the making. 28 grams of chopped hazelnuts. Mix it roughly after adding. The cookie dough must not be overmixed. Take out the dough and start shaping. There are special round shaping tools. You can also shape it like I do. Do it in whatever way is convenient for you. This recipe can be halved for home production. It's just the right amount for a 40-liter oven tray. In summer, shaped cookies. It's best to send them to the fridge. Freeze them for over 2 hours before cutting. Especially for cookies with nuts. If they're frozen hard, they won't crumble when cutting. Here, let's do a little detail comparison. The outer edge needs to be dipped in granulated sugar, right? Here, take a portion of the leftover egg liquid. Brush it with the granulated sugar. And for another part, we'll just brush it on. Dip in granulated sugar. Previously, a classmate reported that, "Why do the cookies become soft the next day?" I asked him about it. "Did you leave them at room temperature without sealing?" Then the classmate answered yes. Of course, they will become soft. The humidity in the air is quite high. Here in spring, the humidity can reach over 70%. How can the cookies not become soft? Right? The thickness of the cut pieces is 1 centimeter. For classmates worried about uneven cutting, you can use this kind of shaping tool I have. The thickness of the cut pieces will be consistent. The room temperature here is high. By the time I plate them, the cookies have already started to soften. The baking tray has a mat underneath. This is to ensure that the bottom of the baked cookies is flat. I'm using the Chandi Cat Little Pro oven. Bake with both upper and lower heat at 170 degrees for 18 minutes. If your oven temperature is on the high side, it is recommended to bake at 150 degrees for more stability. Let's take a look at the comparison. One uses egg wash. The baked color with egg wash will turn yellow. The overall appearance is not enough. Using a brush to apply the granulated sugar will result in less coverage. Actually, I suggest you follow the tutorial I previously posted for plain Sable cookies. Similarly, using egg whites gives a great effect. The method for home storage is to seal them well in this type of airtight jar. It is fine to keep it at room temperature for a week. If selling, I still recommend packaging them individually. Actually, it's fine for baking each time. But packing is really a headache. It's quite troublesome. Each one has to be packed properly. And you also have to worry that they won't break during delivery. right? Click on my profile picture homepage. There are many practical baking tutorials waiting for you to check out.